to redeem himself. So the Buckeyes, the question still remains, Joey, if something goes wrong, how will they feel? How will they handle the pressure in here? It inevitably will. How will they handle that? But they seem really eager and ready and poised to try to turn in a redemptive type of performance.
There is nothing worse than having extended time off after a loss.
Okay.
Because it sticks with you. As a player, you are dying to get back to work, to get back on the field, to erase that feeling that you had the last time you played. They've had a week off to get ready. They've had a week off to listen to all of the noise in Columbus about their coach and about their team. And if anyone has anything to prove in this game, it would be Will Howard wants to make a comeback and play a much better game on this field.
Hey, I just tell you what, Joey, I've been in the shoe probably about a dozen times for big games, especially for the game, Michigan, Ohio State. This game right here, this atmosphere feels 10 times bigger than any game I've been here to watch. I mean, even when Ohio State came on the field, I thought I heard more boos than cheers because the Volunteers, they travel extremely well. Man, this atmosphere is electric. This is an incredible playoff atmosphere. I'm just so glad I'm here to witness this. I don't even know if I've ever been here for a night game. So this is a special occasion and event tonight.
There were rumors that Tennessee was buying a lot of tickets.
Well, that's what
I didn't think they could pull it off.
There was talk that they had hacked the code or figured out the code for Ohio State season ticket holders. Now that's completely unverified. What is verified by our eyes, there's a bunch of orange in here.
Absolutely.
And Desmond, the other thing you said is we were watching warm-ups and they're still going on behind us as you watch Will Howard, is you made the comment, this feels like a playoff game.
It really does.
It
really does. There's no doubt about that. When those two teams came out here, this just felt different. It felt special. I mean, so much tension here, so much excitement. And but a lot of it has to do with the amount of Volunteers fans in this stadium. This is incredible. So I can't wait, man, to toe meets leather. This is going to be an epic one. Feels like a heavyweight match.
There's Nico Iamaleava, the young quarterback for Tennessee. Tennessee only throws the ball about 47% of the time. That is well down from a typical Josh Heupel offense. It's because the running back, Dylan Sampson, has set a single-season record for Tennessee running backs. He's scored 22 touchdowns. He's the SEC Offensive Player of the Year. So this Ohio State defense, which has been splendid throughout.
Store closes in 5. We just need to grab a few more gifts.
Jackpot. That's the one.
Yes. Okay, let's go.
JJ, what? Hey, I made my family disappear.
JJ!
Sorry, guys. I'm just sitting there having the best night of my life. Oh, what's this?
It's a beaut, Jage. It's a beaut.
Get in the car, boys.
When holiday shopping ends, Disney Plus streaming begins.
Get in the car, boys.
This holiday season, recharge your Christmas spirit with a great night's sleep on a new mattress from the Bed Store.
Right now, during the Bed Store's New Year event, save up to $800 on Beautyrest Black. Plus, get free local delivery and no interest until 2028.
We want to wish you a happy holidays and a very Merry Christmas.
The right mattress, the right price, guaranteed at the Bed Store.
The Bed Store. Well, we'll even tuck you in.
One of the best running backs in the country. 100%. Almost 1,500 yards rushing. They're a physical football team. And when you talk about playing in cold weather, if you can run the football, it don't matter. It doesn't matter how cold it is. If you can run it with a guy like Dylan Sampson, you have a chance to be successful.
I agree with you 100%. Dylan Sampson, he's the straw that stirs the drink. He's going to make this offense move. It goes through Dylan Sampson. He's 8th in the FBS in yards per game at 123 yards per contest, and he averages just shy of 6 yards per carry. If they can stay ahead of the chains, and then what you know Josh Heupel loves to do, get on the roll, and then he starts to go tempo, that's when they get into their comfort zone, and they can cause some problems for Jim Knowles and the Ohio State Buckeyes defense.
Tennessee Tennessee's wide receivers have been a little banged up. Squirrel White has dealt with injury throughout the entire year. You see the big brace he's wearing on his left elbow, but all of them, Brew McCoy, Dante Thornton, all good to go and expected to play tonight. As it pertains to Sampson, when we go back and take a look at Dylan Dare, who broke all of Eddie Lacy's high school records at Dutchtown High School in Louisiana. Ohio State has allowed two guys to run for 100 yards in a game this year. Jordan James of Oregon, Khalil Mullins of Michigan, the only two games they lost. Dylan Sampson, who has the ball there, has 10 100-yard games.
Yeah, I think if I'm both teams, I come into this game with the attitude of stopping the run.
Oh, absolutely.
I would make both quarterbacks try to beat me, whether it's Nico or Will Howard. I would come with the attitude of, let's see if these quarterbacks can beat us. As we've seen last night with Notre Dame and we saw today with Penn State, what they did was they took advantage of quarterbacks in cold weather trying to throw the ball, and they weren't very good. I would try to stop the run first and make them take their chances and trying to beat me throwing the ball down the field.
And you know that's the attitude that Tennessee comes in here with because, guys, it's been it's been documented all season long, some of the injuries and some of the different combinations that Ohio State has tried to use with their offensive line. They've had some issues, and then obviously the last time they played in the shoe against Michigan's front seven, they had some major issues, but they had some extra time to try to figure some things out. And, Joe, you know this because you play. When you have extra time, what great teams do, especially coaching staff, they do a lot of self-scouting.
Yep.
And then now you get to see where your weaknesses are and how you can make your weaknesses not necessarily your strengths, but at least make them better so you can go out there and compete at a high level. That was James Pierce Jr. right there, one of the defensive stars on the front line for the Tennessee Volunteers. He'll probably be more than likely a first-round draft pick in April. And guys, keep an eye on number 27. Is Herbstreit calling this game?
He is.
Oh, you'll hear Kirk talking about James Pierce a lot tonight. I guarantee you that.
And if you're Tennessee,
he's not the only guy on the defensive front he'll talk about. Joshua Joseph's 19,
yes,
sometimes in the game with Pierce, sometimes in place of him, was the highest graded defender in the SEC by Pro Football Focus. And really, Joey, if you look at the Tennessee defensive front, they are very similar to the Michigan defensive front that gave Ohio State fits in the last regular season.
yeah, they're really big. They're really stout on the inside. And when you talk about guys like James Pierce on the outside, they need the big guys in the middle that are going to eat up one or two offensive linemen and leave the man-to-man coverage on the outside. When you look in the middle of this Tennessee defensive line, Norman Lott, Amari Thomas, these guys are 6'4", 315 plus, and you can't move them out the way. And when you think about Ohio State's offensive lines and the struggles they had in the Michigan game, you can't block these guys one-on-one. And when you start talking about shuffling guys and moving guys around, I don't know, besides the Michigan game, that they've seen as much Bruce Force in the middle of a defensive line as they're going to see tonight, and then athletes on the outside like Pierce coming at them. This is going to be the biggest challenge for the Ohio State offensive line. And honestly, Will Howard needs to run the ball tonight. If they're to have a chance to stay on the field, they brought Will Howard in here because of his running ability. That was the idea when they went and got him from Kansas State. His running ability is going to have to make a difference in this game. When they collapse the pocket, he has to find a way to get out of trouble and move the chains and stay on the field as an offense.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This game will be won or lost in the trenches. I like the way that the coaches are standing in between the players as they go back into the locker room to make sure there's no foolishness because, hey, this game is intense. These guys are very passionate, and they know what's on the line tonight. Like I said earlier, it has the feel of a heavyweight boxing match. Now I understand why this game is coming on.
I love this stuff. I do. Now, Reese, you see number 5 back there? I'd have been back there where he is.
At the 30-yard line?
Yeah. I'd have just been looking, but I love this kind of stuff. Like this is football right here. You walk past each other, you're talking nonsense. You don't even know who you're talking to. You don't even know.
You know, I caught a glimpse of not in full pad. You see that?
It's your boy.
There's Jack Sawyer.
There's Jack again. Last time we saw Jack, that's in the Michigan game, right?
He was glimpse of not dressed out because he's injured. Keenan Peely, who's a linebacker for Tennessee, was number 11. He was their leader, their signal caller. You know, Nick Saban's pointed out on game day a couple of times, Tennessee a little bit more simple on defense, not, wanting to make sure everybody gets the call right. Peely was really important on that. To see if Ohio State can force them into taking some more chances, being a little more complex than maybe they've been in some games since his injury.
And that's what you want to do. I mean, in a game of this magnitude, you want to make your opponent break their tendencies. And you want to put them in positions that makes them uncomfortable. And there's Will Howard right there, trying to get the crowd behind him. And you guys hear all the boos. This is the shoe.
This is amazing.
That's what I'm saying. It blows my mind.
I want to reiterate, too, I think I said this earlier, college football playoff controls everything. Visiting fans only got 3,500 tickets to start, and that's fewer tickets for those who might not follow. That's fewer tickets many times, not all the time, but many times than a typical visiting team would get for a regular season game. And listen,
I'm
3,500.
I was the people in front of us. I was going around town today. Like I went to this restaurant called Habibi, my go-to spot when I come to Columbus. All I saw was the creamsicle mafia, bro. I've never seen the visiting fans around Columbus as much as I've seen the top Tennessee Volunteers fans today, this afternoon, bro.
So our buddy, good buddy Jack Herbstreit there, part of this Ohio State program. Jeremiah Smith, the sensational freshman. You know, the question about Tennessee has been, can you take advantage of their secondary? Not many people, because of the front that we showed you, have had the opportunity to do so. And Jeremiah Smith's a handful, no matter how good your secondary is.
There's no doubt about that. Jeremiah Smith is, man, he's like a man-child. To see that guy physically, like how physically imposing he is, and to understand he's like a true freshman, not a redshirt freshman, like a true freshman, is unbelievable. And he can impose his will on most defensive backs by his mere size alone. He's highly skilled, though. Great hand-eye coordination. You know, he's going to catch anything that's in his range. I want to see how he goes up against these DBs tonight, how he competes.
That's the thing. I think Michigan did a really good job of tackling. Let them catch him underneath, and then they tackle. If Tennessee can do that, then it's going to be trouble for Ohio State to go down the field and get those big plays in the pass game. They're used to throwing it underneath, and then Jeremiah Smith break one deep and get a big play. He has to break some tackles in this game.
First year of the 12-team college football playoff. Home teams have won every game, all of them comfortably, though Texas got a bit of a scare and won by just enough. And now the crown jewel coming in less than half an hour.
Thank you, Reese. Yeah, I think we might be saving the best for last in the college football playoff.
Can I just say, I'm ready to suit up after watching. Like, let me go find some shoulder pads in the helmet real quick.
In the meantime, you're in a suit, so we're going to stay here. We're going to talk a little NFL now because we had a double dose of NFL today, Yves.
Yeah, we go to the AFC North. The Steelers with a chance to win the division for the first time in 4 years. All they had to do was beat the team that won it last year, the Ravens. The Steelers with a chance to win the division for the first time in 4 years. All they had to do.
Supercharge your business with the all-new Shopify Point of Sale, the all-in-one POS solution.
Mark Andrews back in the end zone. They regain the lead. We go to the fourth quarter. And Lamar, he's looking for Bateman, but what happens here, Woody?
He stops. You know, there was a different read there. Usually the receiver thinking, okay, it's zone. If it's not zone, if it's man, you keep running. You know, both of the guys got confused. That's where you get the interception at.
So that gave Pittsburgh a huge opportunity because they're down just a touchdown, and then Russ does that. Another turnover. Marlon Humphrey with the pick six, 37 yards on the interception return, and the Ravens win it 34-17. They officially clinch a playoff spot here in 24.
So it seems like, Woody, this time around between these two AFC North rivals, it was a higher scoring affair, and it feels like that's because the ground game really got going.
Yeah, listen, that's the reason why you brought Derrick Henry in here, right? You saw the first matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers, they held him in check, second lowest output of the season. This go around, 162 yards by Derrick Henry. And when you get Derrick Henry going, then everything else feeds off of that. And you can see Lamar Jackson playing free, and things open up in the passing game. You know, they ran for over 200 yards in this game. So this is when the Baltimore Ravens are at their best, running the football, pounding it with Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson doing his thing, whether inside or outside the pocket.
Yeah, when you're turning the ball over and then you got Henry going for 162 yards, it's hard to stop the Baltimore Ravens.
Woody, appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks,
Again, huge football Saturday here. We talked about the NFL with 2 games. Oh, yeah. Clemson, Texas, college football playoff, the battle of the oranges. It's 2nd and 4 from the 23. Jaden Blue gets the handoff, and he's gone. Trying to outrace that Clemson defense, and, yeah, to the house for the touchdown. Texas wins it 38-24. They advance on. They're going to face Arizona State on New Year's Day.
Looking forward to that coming up. The final first-round matchup of the CFP coming up, the nightcap. We'll check in with the game day crew ahead of the showdown between Tennessee and Ohio State from the shoe. That's coming up next on SportsCenter.
SportsCenter, brought to you by Disney Plus. Now with Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus content together like never before. And Doug.
Whoa, Limu, we're in a parade. Everyone, customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual. Customize and save.
And then I wake up.
And you have to stream every night?
Yeah, every night.
I see.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Being the best takes hard work. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs.
Every year as I carve the annual holiday nut bowl, I remember a time before people had it to gather around.
Maurice!
What?
Oh, I'm hilarious.
Sometimes togetherness is as easy as a nut bowl. Sometimes.
Good morning with Vocalax. Good morning. Yeah. Try Vocalax Chewy Fruit Bites for fast and gentle constipation relief in as little as 30 minutes. Making your good morning even better with Vocalax.
The 12-team college football playoff kicks off from an iconic campus stadium.
A new chapter to be written.
Tennessee clashes with Ohio State at the Shoe. Tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN and ABC.
He has been gone for months. I don't even know where he is.
You thought you could hide forever? Time to come home.
I'm a prosecutor. Who are you?
It's Special Agent Will Trent. How do I look? Thanks, girl.
They're violent criminals, so they're not going to go down easy. Let's get this done.
Being a cop is stressful. 24/7.
Every year on the job is different. You never really stop being a rookie.
Because if we lose control, bad things happen.
Work smarter, not harder.
Let's play. Whoever left this for us clearly wants us to figure it out. Hey, give me a minute.
She means that literally, doesn't she?
Yes.
You continue to amaze me. We're lucky to have you on the team.
Our killer's name is Olivier Dubois, and he works at Hollywood Auto.
Did you just Google who's the killer on your phone, Morgan?
No, I did not do that, Adam.
We have come a long way, partner.
This case, it's different than the rest.
The fun has just begun.
This person we're trying to catch is kind of brilliant.
So are you.
I need to talk to you about your dad. You don't believe he left us, and neither do I.
I've kept my commitment to digging deeper into Roman, but we need an assist.
I'll see what I can do.
You found him, didn't you?
I was on the freeway and I
car just hit me out of nowhere, and I just didn't know what to do. My back was hurting, my neck was hurting, so I just Googled, I got in an accident, what should I do? One of the first names that popped up was Jacoby Myers. What I appreciate the most with Jacoby Myers, that they were always there for me. They genuinely cared of how I was feeling, how I was doing, my process. I have 4 daughters. I need to make sure that I have somebody, on my side. Because of the settlement, I was able to spend more time with my family, get help.
Attention shoppers this holiday season. Get everything you need to make the holidays merrier.
Everything I need to make the holidays merrier is all right here.
Party trays, gourmet cookies and cakes, store-made candies. These are the visions that dance in my head.
And the picky promise means that all of my holiday guests are treated to the
Open.
Over 600,000 USPS employees working in sync to ensure everything's sent on a... Over 600,000 USPS employees working in sync to ensure everything... The United States Postal Service.
Welcome back to SEC Now, presented by
College game day, and this is by far the most fans from the visiting team I've ever seen. This one tonight, the first December game ever in Ohio Stadium, and the first college football playoff game here in the first year of the 12-team playoff, in the first year that we've had games on campus, and it has been absolutely spectacular from Notre Dame last night to Ohio State tonight, and the games in between in Happy Valley in Texas. Reese Davis, Joey Galloway, Desmond Howard here. Tennessee and Ohio State. Winner gets Oregon in the Rose Bowl. So you look at this matchup, and we've been anticipating it for a while, Desmond. One thing, great start, important for both teams. Tennessee had a stretch during the season where they didn't score in the first half for 3 games. Can't do that tonight. Right. And Ohio State has certainly stumbled out of the gate a little bit, particularly, obviously, in the Michigan
anthem. There will be Script Ohio, which I think everybody watching is probably familiar with that tradition, but the band makes the shape of the word Ohio, and then somebody dots the I. 2 different Script Ohios. And you heard Ross Borg say, he's not sure it's ever happened before, right? But again, as we build this kind of emotion, and this is, college football hasn't skipped a beat despite some of the obstacles that might be trying to stand in the way.
I'll say the other thing, all of the talk in the offseason was about the NIL, the transfer portal stuff. We're in the midst of this tournament, and I don't have any idea who's going to end up winning. Like, there's years past where we had a prohibitive favorite. I don't know that we have a prohibitive favorite. We haven't had any close games today yet, or yesterday as well. But this one, I think we're gonna be in for a 4-quarter ball game.
Yeah, I think this one will probably be the tightest matchup. It's funny, even watching in the SEC and watching how close some of the teams are. We use that word parity a lot, and I think you've seen that across the nation when it comes to parity. But again, even in watching some of these playoffs games, there's still a group of teams, I think, that are a little bit more elite than others. But things are changing. The landscape has changed that.
I love this shot. We just keep showing this band leading up to the national anthem because from a national perspective, this is one of the more respected bands in all of college athletics. And you saw the drum major there run out, and I think he's about to lead him entirely onto the field for the anthem. But again, one of those traditions. We're going to show you the Script Ohio again. One on this half of the field, one on that half of the field. That's something that's unusual as well. Just part of the greatness that makes college football different.
We get so caught up in the SEC and how great the conference is, and it is. But traditions outside that we've seen on television to get to experience in person is pretty cool.
Well, I was just going to say, I have 3 kids from Ohio, having lived in Cleveland for 3 years, and a lot of folks that we know, obviously, in Cleveland area love Ohio State. My first time coming here, so it is good to see it in person.
Yeah, no, it's very, very cool. And again, if the game is half as close as the fan representation certainly appears to be, then we're going to be in for a treat. Again, you can see it on ABC. We've got the Skycast version for you right here on SEC Network, and we've got a full post-game coverage when it's done. That's not me wrapping up this show by any stretch. We're taking you up to kickoff, which is about 16 minutes from now, but we are going to, and pardon me as I continue to turn around, make sure that we do lay out for the national anthem. We certainly do not want to talk over that, so I think, without further ado, I'm going to stop talking. Let's kind of take in the sights and sounds of the national anthem here at Ohio Stadium.
Meeting ever between the Volunteers and the Buckeyes, two storied traditions. They played in a Citrus Bowl back after Peyton Manning's sophomore season in a monsoon, the game that Tennessee won. And as we are about to now join the Ohio State band in the playing of the national anthem.
Columbus. 14 minutes until kickoff here in Columbus at Ohio Stadium. The famed horseshoe, as the pride of the Buckeye marching band will perform their game day tradition, Script Ohio, but times 2 this time. We're just going to kind of bring it all in as the drum major leads them onto the field. And take a look around the stadium. It's simply remarkable. Again, first college football playoff game ever for Tennessee. 6th one for Ohio State, who's won 2 national championships since the turn of the century. And, of course, Tennessee looking for their first since 1998.
Pretty impressive to think about what this Ohio State program has been able to do. You talk about the appearances in the playoff. 6th time that they've been able to do that. A couple different coaches have led them to the playoff. Just speaks to the commitment that this school has to their athletic department in general and to the football program specifically.
Tennessee, by the way, the first, obviously we mentioned that it's the first time they've played a road game at an SEC site. This is actually the first SEC team to play in this stadium since 1988 when LSU played here and lost 36-33. All right, time to let you enjoy the famed Script Ohio. We'll watch it right along with you, I think. As we continue to walk, I guess there's no reason for us to stop talking. We'll just kind of take in the sights and sounds with you here. Again, when they dot the I.
Do we know who's doing it?
Who's dotting the I? Yeah. So the way they do this typically is it's always a band member. It's almost always a band member that dots the I, and that's quite the honor to be able to do that. There have been exceptions to that rule over the years. Woody Hayes, legendary head football coach here, was an exception. Jack Nicklaus was an exception. Bob Hope, famed comedian, once dotted the I here in Columbus. I think somewhere around 14, 15 times somebody other than a band member has dotted the I, 14 times. And on this night, they're going to do it again, as I said, 2 separate times, one on each half of the stadium. And they will be 2 band members, keeping with tradition, that dot the I's. Yes, one of them by the name of Brody Heyer, out of music education graduate out of Versailles, Ohio, and another Sam George out of Worthington, Ohio. So those will be the 2 that you see dot the I's as they do this, as they get into formation in their Script Ohio.
Yeah, really incredible when you look at the wide angle that they're showing up here in the stadium. You can see
how it just formulates the word.
See the precision.
It is pretty cool. And they're doing it, and the crowd starts to rev up as it comes to completion times 2. And I think that view from the blimp, you may be able to have a pretty good look at it. And then you will see the individuals come out and dot that I.
Could have been me, man. I was a tuba player back in the day.
Were you?
Yeah.
You were not.
I was in middle school, but
wow.
Yeah, couldn't quite cut it for this band.
No, this is a phenomenal band. I don't know if, remember years ago they did a deal where over the course of a season they did a different old school video game, like an arcade style video game. And there would be like Pac-Man, and you'd see band member like, power pellets, and they're incredible. They're creative, well led, and incredible.
Now, you know what we will see today? A little controversy over this, B-Dub. I don't know how you feel, but they're going to play a Tennessee hype video before the game. You okay with that?
I thought this was a home game.
Yeah.
But that's part of the CFP's control, is that each team gets a hype video played in the preseason. Pre-game.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to let Tennessee run through the power T.
No
I think they
splitting the T.
stop it there. I think they don't split the T, but yeah, that is interesting because the idea is this is a home game and you treat it as a home game. But yeah, the Tennessee hype
The argument is that they do it for the super regionals. They play a video for both teams beforehand.
I guess
so
they do.
Not specific to
one team gets to be home in one of the games of a super regional. I guess. I guess either way. One thing that we kind of
we will hear a lot of boos.
We touched. Yeah, you're right.
Video comes on.
We touched on this yesterday. The Ryan Day sentiment here, the frustration with the fan base. When you see this game and you're watching it on ABC or you're watching the Skycast on our network, you're going to see all the orange. You say, why is there that much orange? And it's because Ohio State fans, such a large number of them, either did not purchase tickets for this game or sold the tickets for this game, and Tennessee fans were there to gobble them up. That sort of anxiety and anxiousness, we wonder, what if Tennessee wins the opening toss? Do you elect to receive and see if you can come down and strike first and create more doubt and anger within the 70% of this crowd or whatever it might be
We
that
had
is
this
wearing
discussion
scarlet?
last night because when I was at Florida, B-Dub, we always got the ball first. Whether we won the toss and elected to receive or the other team won and deferred, we were getting the football. But we asked Zach, our stats and information group guy.
We said, what has Tennessee done over the course of the season? The answer is every time they've won the flip, they've deferred.
Well, it goes to the strength of your team. When you were at Florida, the strength of your team was your offense. I remember teams when we had a great offense, we take the ball first because we wanted to go down, set the tone, score first, score early, put the pressure on the other team because our offense is so good. I think that says something about what Josh Heupel thinks about his defense, and he's right.
He's right.
Yeah.
He's absolutely right. Because if you can get that stop and then go score, and you get the ball to start saying, you're obviously feeling awfully good about things. We are, from what I understand. Here's the Tennessee hype video. Actually, it's right now, so you hear the loud cheers from the incredibly high number of Tennessee fans that are here as they are about to make their way out of the tunnel as well. So you hear the boos of the Buckeye fans just simply trying to drown out the incredible, full-throated volunteer fans that have made their way here to Columbus, Ohio. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Very cool.
And you're right, you don't see typically the hype video from the road team in a game, but that is one of the things. Ohio State still gets to wear the home jerseys. They get the home locker room. They get the home stadium, right? And they benefit from the concession sales and all of that merchandise sales of a home game. But the other team gets a hype video too.
What you're going to see is an expansion of the playoff, and I think you have all first round.
course, Tennessee fans doing their best to drown that out, folks, as kickoff is coming less than 3 minutes from now. The captain's lining up at midfield for the coin toss. Buckeyes and Vols.
There's been, 100 years of playing in the horseshoe. This has never happened before.
There's an opportunity for us to write history.
Man, it's going to be a loud environment, loud, cold environment.
Walking into the stadium, you're going to be able to feel the intensity.
I've played in a lot of places, but when the shoe's rocking, man, there's nothing like it.
You got to punch them in the mouth early, man. I think that would quiet the noise.
A lot of players are going to be talking a lot of smack, probably in other people's faces.
We got a lot to come, and it's not now.
Nobody should be happy just to get to the first round. The goal should be to get the trophy.
It's Ohio versus everybody. You got to just lay it on the line.
To win this football game, you absolutely got to be in the present and be your best. We're willing to do whatever it takes to go out there and get a win.
What a scene, what a sight, what a game we hope to have in front of us here over the course of the next 3.5 minutes. Chris Doering, Tennessee wins this football game and moves on to the Rose Bowl, if what?
They've got to finish in the red zone. B-Dub, you and I talked earlier about the red zone defense that Ohio State plays. They're the #1 defense when it comes to stopping red zone touchdowns. Tennessee's got to find a way to finish when they get down in that part of the field. I think they use Nico Iamaleava in the run game more, particularly when they get into the red zone.
Yeah, they've got to run the football. Run the football. Looking at Ohio State, they're 2-4 of the last 2 seasons when they've allowed over 150 yards rushing. They're 19-0 over the last 2 seasons when they don't allow 150 yards rushing. So Tennessee has a great run game. They've got to be able to run the football with Dylan Sampson and others, get over that 150-yard mark. That's how they win this football game.
It's cold, 24 degrees, and yes, it will be the coldest game Tennessee's ever kicked off in their history. But it's clear. There's no precipitation in the air. What's the biggest thing that we'll notice because of the weather?
I think it's the way that both quarterbacks throw the football and the way the receivers catch the football. The ball will be hard. There's a little bit of a breeze here, but it shouldn't impact it too much. But being able to catch the football today is one of the hardest things I think you do in cold weather.
Yeah, I agree, but I don't think we're going to see much of a difference. I think we're going to see 2 teams come out here, understand what the weather is. I don't think it's going to be a huge factor in this football game.
All right, we've got you at halftime. If you watch SkyCast, we'll see you at halftime right here in a full SEC football final when it's all over, recapping this game, the day in the college football playoff, getting you set for next round, the quarterfinals. Thank you for watching. Let's go, Vols. Huh?
The first quarter is going to be feeling out, Bob, on both sides.
Josh Tuberville will kick it off. He isn't really good kicking off. 78 kickoffs this year, 66 touchbacks. Abuka is deep for Ohio State again. Buckeyes in all scarlet with silver helmets. Tennessee in all white with orange numerals. History about set to take place at Ohio Stadium. Glad you're with us. And it's football time in Tennessee as the kick goes down to the 2-yard line. Abuka is going to call for a fair catch. And Ohio State will take the touchback and now bring the offense out, led by Will Howard, 6'4", grad student. He's from Downingtown, Pennsylvania. He's a transfer from Kansas State. So far this year, he's completing 72% of his passes, 27 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. But Pat, the knock on him, he hasn't been able to get the ball downfield as much as they would have liked.
And he's got some weapons that if they get him downfield, he can get the ball to him. They can do a lot of damage. To this point, he hadn't done that a lot.
Abuka, Jeremiah Smith, and Carnell Tate are outstanding wide receivers, and Smith flanks out way to the left as Quinshon Judkins is the tailback for Ohio State out of the shotgun formation. Tennessee a 4-man front. Howard waits for the snap, gets it, swings it out near side. The pass caught by Abuka, gets to the 30 and up to the 33-yard line. And that will be a pickup of 8 yards. A little slip screen to the near side, Pat.
Yeah, slip screen to the right side. They had 3 guys out there. We only had 2. All they needed was one good block, and he took it up the field.
Abuka is the leading receiver for the Buckeyes. 60 receptions on the season coming into the game, and they'll look for him a lot tonight. So it's 2nd down and 2. Buckeyes at the Ohio 33-yard line. Howard looks at Tennessee's 4-man front. Drops to throw. Looks. Looks, fires over the middle. The pass is bobbled and dropped at midfield. Coming across the middle was Ibuka. The pass a little bit high and off target. And Ibuka tried to spin around and catch it, had it, but then he dropped it. It'll be 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, Howard picked him up late. He was coming across the middle of the field. He was open, almost made a circus catch, bobbled it, and it finally hit the ground.
That's probably been what people have been saying about this Ohio State offense the last game against Michigan and early tonight. Close, but not getting the job done right now. Ohio State substitutes late, and now Tennessee's going to make a substitution. And the play clock is winding down. And Ohio State's going to have to take a timeout. And showmanship that time by Josh Heupel when Ohio State made a late substitution. Pat, Tennessee took its sweet time getting players out there, and the Buckeyes got to take a timeout.
He took advantage of that rule for sure.
And so it'll be a 30-second timeout as Ohio State will be faced with a 3rd down and 2 on this opening possession. Ohio State lost its last game to Michigan 13-10. The Buckeyes won their first 5 games this season. Then they lost to Oregon on that squeaker out in Eugene, 32-31. They then reeled off 5 straight wins before losing the finale to Michigan, 13-10. Those points they've scored, 56 this season, the fewest points in any game, 10. So now the teams have had time to talk about it. And Ohio State will have it 3rd down and 2 at the Buckeye 33-yard line. Ohio State sends 3 wideouts to the left. Judkins, the tailback, to the right of Howard. Now they flank into a bunch package on the left, coming closer to the line of scrimmage. Howard back to throw. Sets up, pressured. They got him. Going to get him down, and they throw him down, and now a penalty flag comes in late.
They might have got him for a face mask.
And so Tennessee got great pressure from Bryson Eason that time. At Ohio State, there was a jailbreak.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 20. 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
So Eason got the face masks, and that's going to cost Tennessee a 1st down.
He was there.